Now as I look at this question and look at the verb tenses here, I know that it's probably back to that subject-verb agreement rule. We have singulars and plurals all over the place. So choice A, are, that's plural. B, was, that's singular, right? It ends in S. Have is plural, and were is also plural. So if I just had to place a bet, I would bet choice B because it's the only one that's different from the other three. Let's see if we can prove that finding the subject of this verb in the sentence. Farouk Elbaz, a geologist and space scientist, was part of the team that selected the lunar landing sites for the Apollo program during the 1960s and 1970s. So some people might think that this is about past tense, right? Because we are talking about time, but no, it's about the subject and the verb. This is a singular subject because it's one guy. So the real sentence here is his name, and then kind of picking up here, we keep seeing this in sentences in this section where we have these interruption clauses, right? So this part here where the comma starts is telling us we're getting some extra information. So for the purposes of finding the main sentence here, we can ignore that. The subject and the verb are not going to be in there. So we can kind of omit that. And I think it's obvious Farouk Elbaz was part of the team that selected the lunar landing sites, right? Like, it sounds right. If we plugged in anything else here, it would sound weird. Farouk Elbaz are part of the team. Farouk Elbaz were part of the team. That sounds weird to me because, you know, I'm a native English speaker and subject-verb agreement is just so ingrained in the language that we have a really good ear for it when we have simple sentences. What the SAT is doing here and in lots of other cases is inserting stuff to separate the subject and the verb so your brain has a harder time recognizing what it's listening to. So my advice is just know how punctuation works. Try to shorten that sentence by removing those extra clauses, and it'll be really obvious what the right answer should be. But you should start these ones by just evaluating the choices in a vacuum in terms of singulars and plurals, because you might be able to reveal a good bet for the answer, even if you have no idea anything else that's going on grammatically.